the thing is, when you have a depressing situation, what depression does is it shuts us down. And we're in the worst possible shape to try and take action because we're depressed. And depression keeps, when you're depressed, you want to sit and lay in bed and put the covers over your head.
Yeah, true.
Something had to happen. You either had to, maybe you saw an ad on TV that night for someone who was self-employed. You saw a movie about someone who seemed happy. You saw one of your friends or one of your, the guy in the next cubicle quit and you were envious, or he had a heart attack or something. Think of anything that might have happened that you thought, that's it.
Maybe I was seeing my friends were doing good at with their businesses online. Everyone was making $1 million a year, and I was, why are they making money and I'm not making money? So I don't know if that's.
Yeah, that would be great. If you said, you could say, I looked at the clock and it was only 10:15. I was already tired because I hadn't slept the night before because I hardly slept any night because I was so stressed by this job. And when I got off the phone, I was doing all I could not to get angry with the stupid people on the phone who didn't want to buy the phone plan anyway, or that hung up on me. So when I got off the phone, I was just, I would explode with other people, or I'd get angry with those. But on this particular day, that night, I got together with a friend of mine. And he was talking about, who was an internet marketer. And he was talking about how he had just made his second $1 million doing internet marketing. And I thought to myself, he's no smarter than there's got to be some way. There's got to be something else for me. Now, he doesn't have to be an internet marketer, but you could put it that way. You could be, I got a call, or I got a postcard from a friend who was taking a 3-week vacation from his self-employment and down in the Bahamas, or you can make something up, but what you said, if it's something to do with other people were succeeding and you were stuck, that's fine. It's just anything to do that. So the next day I started looking into how I could be self-employed. And I discovered that I could, you could make this up, and you could say, and my friend was doing e-commerce, or says, and of the things I found, the one that seemed to make most sense to me was e-commerce. Since I had experience selling, I thought, but it's just that. So I started looking around and decided that's what's going to be. So I quit my job. I had saved up $5,000. I just made that figure up. I'm making all this up. Okay. But I'd managed to save $5,000, and I thought, if I don't eat anything but ramen noodles, if I could hang on for 6 months, I'd give myself 6 months. I could always go back to this miserable job, but if in 6 months I could make X amount of dollars, or if in 6 months I was making the equivalent of what I was making at this job, or whatever you want, but you want to attach a money figure to it. Okay.